Namaskaram. We are going into the Parvam, Pauloma Parvam. We are at the start of Mahabharata, many of the background stories. The context is a 12-year-old Satra of Shaunaka. Shaunaka was a great sage, a guru for so many similar other sages. A Satra is a long yajna in place of the 7 days of Somayaga, 10 to 12 days of Agnihotra. This takes years. This one, Shaunaka's Satram, took 12 years. And in such long yajnas, satras, in the interludes, after a series of rituals, the sages take rest, and that time is used for retelling stories from Puranas. And one day, Ugrashravas, who was the son of Loma Harishana, came there. They both, Loma Harishana and Ugrashravas, they were by profession Suta. That means the people who go around telling stories from the Puranas. And he entered, he saw the sages, he was received, and he sat, refreshed himself. Then he asked them, how can I be of service to you? What story should I tell you? Then the sages said, please wait for a few minutes. Shaunaka, the Kulapati. Kulapati is the head of the ashrama, head of these sages. Let Kulapati Shaunaka come and he will tell you what story he wants. And Suta agreed, and Shaunaka entered and addressed Ugrashrava. The name Ugrashrava means someone who is heard by so many people. Loma Harishana means someone whose storytelling makes the hair on the body stand up because of the excitement. Loma Harishana. He pleases even the hair. And Shaunaka said, Suta, you must have learned a lot of stories from your father. Tell us one about the family of Bhrgu, in which I also fall. The Bhrgus family story. And Ugrashravas agreed, yeah, I shall do that. And the family lineage he explained as Bhrgu himself took birth from the fire god, from Agni. And Bhrgu had a son by name Chyavana. And Chyavana got a son by Pramati, and Pramati got a son by name Ruru in Ghritachi. Ghritachi was one of the Apsaras. And Ruru got a son by name Shunaka in Pramadvara. Pramadvara was the daughter of a sage. I think with that story comes in this soon. And Shunaka was the grandfather of Shaunaka. Shaunaka, the name normally implies the son of somebody or the grandchild of somebody, like that, Shaunaka, a progeny. So, Agni to Bhrgu, Bhrgu to Chavana, Chavana to Pramati, Pramati to Ruru in Ghrdachi, and Ruru to Shunaka in Prabhadvara. And Shunaka was the grandfather of Shaunaka. Then Shaunaka asked that Chavana appears to be an odd name. How did he inherit such a name? And Ugrasravas went into that story. There was a, what is it called, lady who was married to, by name Puloma, who was married to Bhrgu. And Puloma became pregnant with a child from Bhrgu. In fact, it was a son. And while Bhrgu was in his womb, Bhrgu, when, as usual, on one day, went for his ritual bath. That time, a demon, a Rakshasa, with the same name, Puloma, came to the hermitage. And he saw Puloma, and Puloma was so beautiful that the Rakshasa immediately was infatuated with her. Madly in infatuation, we can't say love. And he wanted her desperately. So he took her by force and was carrying her to his home. And the baby who was in the womb decided on its own to come out. That means there was a forced delivery of the child from Puloma's womb. And it was so bright at birth with the power of Bhrgu. Bhrgu's long years of penance had given him a brightness, a shineness, which the child also inherited. And it was so bright that the demon got frightened, and it left Puloma behind and ran away. And Puloma started crying, took the baby with her, and went back to Bhrgu's hermitage. Apparently, this demon wanted to marry Puloma earlier, before she was married to Bhrgu. But Puloma's father decided to give her to Bhrgu, and she was duly married to Bhrgu. And when Bhrgu came, Puloma narrated her experience to Bhrgu, and Bhrgu became very angry. He wanted to curse whoever was instrumental in this. And he saw the sacred fire burning in the Yagashala, in the Yajnashala, in the place where offerings are made. And he asked Agni, you are a witness to all that happens around. Tell me the truth. Oh, no, sorry, I'm sorry. Before that, the demon, before all this happened, the demon asked Agni, you are a witness to all that happens in the world. Tell me the truth. Is this lady, same lady whom I wanted to marry because she was wedded to Bhrgu. Tell me the truth. And Agni was in a dilemma because he didn't want to tell a lie. But if he told the truth, then Bhrgu will be wild because Bhrgu will interpret that he connected Puloma to this demon who was instrumental in the demon snatching her. So he was in a dilemma, but he decided to tell the truth. So he said, yes, it is the same lady, but it's a fact that it was Bhrgu who married her. You didn't marry her. So she is Bhrgu's wife. But the demon didn't bother about those niceties. When Agni told the truth that it was the same lady, he carried her. And then the baby came out of her womb, and because of his brightness, the demon got scared and he left Puloma and ran away. And Puloma started crying and went back to the ashrama, hermitage, with the baby. And when Bhrgu came, he asked Puloma, who told the demon about you? Then Puloma said, told the truth that yes, it is the Agni from the Yajñashala, who told the demon about me. And Bhrgu became very angry and cursed Agni that from now onwards you will become Sarva Bhakshaka, one who swallows everything that comes on the way. And when Agni heard about this, he became very angry. He withdrew from the world completely. That means there was no fire, neither in the household kitchens to cook, nor in the rituals to make offerings to gods. And people started suffering. We shall continue with the story tomorrow. Namaskar.